Dr. Adrian Voss was only 25 when he accomplished what his grandfather had started decades ago, a project that would change the course of history. His grandfather, a brilliant but secretive scientist, had left behind unfinished research on the ultimate weapon, a colossal high-tech robot with the power to control over 100,000 humanoid robots and command 5 space battleships. Driven by ambition and the legacy of his family, Adrian dedicated himself to completing this work. After years of relentless experimentation and breakthroughs, his success shocked the world. His invention created a revolution in his country, propelling it to the status of an unparalleled global superpower. For his extraordinary contributions to science and defense technology, he was awarded the prestigious Nobel Prize. At the grand ceremony, dressed in his finest, Adrian stood tall as the world applauded him. But it wasn't just recognition that he sought. He had a vision. In his acceptance speech, he articulated his belief that true world peace could only be achieved through a balance of power. With his creation, he reasoned, no nation would dare to invade another for fear of utter annihilation. He saw himself not as a warmonger, but as the guardian of peace through deterrence. As the night unfolded, he mingled with the brightest minds in the field. Many congratulated him, showering him with praise and admiration. But among them stood a lesser-known scientist, Dr. Elias Kern, who approached Adrian with an urgent proposition. Elias had been researching an advanced AI system that could revolutionize Adrian's work, but also posed a critical ethical question. He warned Adrian about the unforeseen dangers of centralized power in the wrong hands. Adrian, blinded by his success, laughed off Elias's concerns. In his arrogance, he dismissed Elias in front of the gathering, humiliating him. At just 25, Adrian had become too powerful, too confident in his own intellect to listen to cautionary voices. Years passed. The weapon Adrian created had been fully manufactured. From the 20th floor of his high-rise laboratory, he gazed upon his creations, his magnificent army of machines, his fleets of battleships. He smirked, pride swelling in his chest. He had built an empire of steel, circuits, and power, but the future had other plans. 4 years later, the very leaders of his country, those who had once celebrated him, unleashed his invention upon the world. They declared war, using Adrian's creations as the ultimate force of domination. What was meant to be a tool for peace had become the engine of destruction. The balance of power he had envisioned was shattered. Now, as the world trembled under the shadow of war, Adrian realized the weight of his arrogance. The warning he had ignored all those years ago echoed in his mind. He was no longer the architect of peace. He had become the harbinger of chaos. And so, as the world burned under the storm of war he had unwittingly created, Adrian Voss was left to face the harrowing truth. Power without foresight was nothing but devastation waiting to unfold.